How's it going, guys? Roy Robles here from Zigwheels.ph, and today I'm gonna treat you guys with another POV Drive review, and this time around it is a POV night drive review. So we're right here in the parking lot, and we're going to start off with a couple of niggles on the interior, then start over with the exterior as well, give you a couple of details about how it looks, how it feels, and most importantly, how it drives. So for starters, I want to start off this review by thanking you guys for being so supportive with these types of videos. I mean, I was surprised with the kind of feedback that I've been getting from these kinds of reviews. I mean, it certainly is kind of different. I've always been a fan of the Topher on YouTube. I've watched all his videos, and I've even gotten a couple of his tutorials on how to do this. But what I did was I did a couple of changes, made sure that I'm more comfortable with how he drives and how he showcases his videos. So shout out to the Topher. I am a big fan, and he's basically the inspiration for these types of videos. Now guys, if you like and appreciate this video, leave us a like, subscribe to our channel for more of these videos and even more types of videos on the channel, and I'm sure we're gonna have a great time. And leave your comment down below. We can start a discussion. If you have any questions about the Honda Civic RS eHEV, go ahead and do so. All right, so I want to start this off by also saying that, yeah, we do have a review of this on the channel, but again, the purpose of these nighttime POV reviews, it's more, for me, it's more intimate. It's more uncut, raw, unfiltered in a way that I do appreciate these types of videos as well, and hope you guys do too. So if you want to get more details, more information, specs and all that, you know what to do. You can go ahead to that video. I'm going to link it right here. I think I'm going to put that right there, and on the description box below as well, so you can easily head on over and check that out. Now, this is actually my first time driving the Honda Civic RS eHEV for an extended period of time, about a week. Usually that's how we do with our reviews, but unfortunately with the Honda Civic RS under review on the channel currently, I wasn't able to check out the details and all that. It wasn't really a full experience for me, and this time around I was able to check out all of the details, so I can answer all of your questions this time around about this vehicle. So that is just quite an amazing time for me with this car. I gotta tell you, I've really enjoyed my time with this, and I know you guys will too. It does seem to be getting quite up there in price though. At 1,990,000 pesos, the Honda Civic RS eHEV sure isn't going to be the most affordable car around, but certainly is one of the most enjoyable, one of the most satisfying drives you will ever have at that price point. And at the end of the day, once you've driven it, you'll be surprised that Honda was actually able to bring it down to that price point, because to be honest, it is quite an experience. I'm gonna do a hot take right now and say that eHEV technology is actually the new VTEC. That's right, eHEV is the new VTEC. Let that sink in. In a world where we're about electrification, electrified technology, even hybrids, this is the VTEC of all hybrids, of all electrics, and I'll show you exactly why that is later on in our drive. So for starters, one thing about this car though is that it is a hybrid, but for the first time in a long time, we finally have a 2-liter engine under the hood, a 2-liter hybrid engine at least under the hood, and it makes around 141 horses for the gasoline engine and 184 horses for the electric motor. So overall, I'd say around 184 horsepower for the because this is the thing about hybrids though, the math doesn't really math, and eHEV technology is certainly going to be different from the technology that usually is it's usually associated with hybrid engines. So here's what you need to understand. This makes around around, let's say 190 horsepower and 315 newton meters of torque, all from the electric motor, and 140 horsepower from the engine and 182 newton meters of torque from the gasoline engine. But one thing that I must tell you though, this thing is fast. This thing is really fast. It's even faster than the Honda Civic Turbo, RS Turbo, and that's something big to say. I've always dreamed of having the Honda Civic SI, to be honest, to arrive in the Philippines. And this is going to be the next best thing. The Honda Civic SI has I think a 1.5 liter turbocharged engine as well, but it does have quite it has quite a little bit of tuning to it, so it reaches around 200 horsepower at least, and it's got a manual transmission. But this one here, thanks to a direct drive transmission right there, eHEV technology, this is the next best thing to that. And I gotta tell you, this is quite an experience. We'll check that out later on. But for now, let's take a look at the interior, shall we? Again, we're not gonna deep dive too much into the specs of the interior because we've already done that on the full review, the walk around review, the usual review what we do on the channel. But guys, I will give you everything that what we've missed out on, everything that we might have figured or missed out. And if you got any questions, just go ahead and ask them down below, and we're going to help you out with that as well. All right, so for starters, check out that gauge cluster. I mean, it's fully digital. I'm going to zoom in right here because we do have the capability to zoom in. There we go. So we got all your information right here on the right side. So you got your trip meter right there. You got your average speed, navigation, you got your seat belt and all that. Well, one thing about this though is that once you have Android Auto on, or Apple CarPlay, however you want it, and you used Waze, once you have a navigation system right here activated, this side right here actually shows you direction that you're going to, your next direction you need to head into, and it certainly blocks out the information that I need on the screen. Now you can mitigate that by just clicking on this scroll wheel right here, but then it reverts right back to the direction signal right there, which is something that's not ideal for me. I want to see all the information that I need right there on the screen at all times. So probably if Honda can do an update on that, this is a digital screen after all, just put the direction right here, or allow me to put the direction right here, because this right here on the right side, it is customizable. You can choose whether Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, which is usually the media that's playing, Bluetooth, phone, there you go. And once you customize display, you can actually show it as a clock, there you go. But none of the information that I need. So if you can put the Android Auto navigation screen right here instead of here, and it removes that that information display, that would be great. So yeah, that's the first niggle that I have with the Honda Civic RS eHEV. It's not really a deal breaker, to be honest, but for me, I could have really wanted something that has more thought to it. But don't get me wrong, Honda's has probably the most thought when it comes to designing their interior. So let me just wipe off this windshield right here. Check this out. The windshield wiper, if I click on the mist setting, so I want to wash that windshield right up. See, where is the spray? No, the spray or the water is actually right there embedded into the wiper. So if you're worried about getting some pedestrians or motorcycle riders on the side drenched with the spray of your wiper, you don't have to worry about it, because it gets squirted instead of sprayed directly onto the glass, giving you this great visibility right here and those huge wipers. There you go. Yeah, I really enjoy that right there. Now let's head over to the screen. The screen right here, I am happy. Let's zoom in again. I am happy that Honda has now moved over to the 21st century and gave us this amazing screen. They have, to be quite honest, been left out in this particular segment by some brands, especially let me just call this out, especially by Hyundai and Kia. They have been the best in the biz when it comes to screen intuitiveness, touchscreen sensitivity, and overall resolution. This one here, though, this one beats all of them. So you got display mode. You can actually check the brightness right there. You got a compass. I wonder if you can edit the... No. I was hoping to actually change the setting right here again, the screen right there, but no luck with that. And the screen is just amazing. It's very intuitive. You can check all your settings right here. There you go. You even have Google settings right there. So what this is, though, what this car actually has Google built into it. That's right. So you actually don't need Android Auto, but I just want smartphone integration, and this is not my car anyway, so I don't need to sign into that at all. You'll have to do that through profile settings and manage it and all that. This is basically an Android tablet on wheels, which is amazing. I like how you can actually set up your vehicle settings right here. Keyless access setup and all that, lighting settings, everything is within reach and logically laid out. That's all I wanted anyway on a screen like this. You've got a huge screen, you've got nice resolution. You just have to show us that you actually care about this and make it as intuitive as possible. See, go back to the previous setting, and you're good. This is quite nice. Now, one thing about the infotainment system, though, is that it still has this very sweet volume knob, very clicky. Not sure if you can hear that, but it is very tactile. Ditto goes with the AC vents. You can hear that ever since the Honda Civic was updated a few years ago from the previous generation. I believe that was the 10th gen, yes, now the 11th generation. The inclusion of all these parts, these very simple parts that actually cater to the driver. I know it's not necessary, but just hearing that click is very satisfying indeed. This is dual zone automatic climate control. You can sync the temperature. You can actually set your own temperature for the passenger and the driver. Very thoughtful indeed. Now you got two USB-C ports right here, a fast wireless charger right there, and when I say fast, it is pretty fast, 15 watts, not bad. And your shifter right here. Now, despite the fact that this is a hybrid system, let me zoom back out and turn on the lights right here. Despite the fact that this is a hybrid car, you still have a nice chunky shifter right here. I'm glad that Honda, for the Civic, didn't opt to give this a dial knob or a click button, because they know that Honda Civic fans still want an engaging drive. Excuse me for my legs right here. They still want to have an engaging drive right there. Right below, you have your drive mode selector. Select your different drive modes from Sport, Normal, Eco. That's it. Now, with Eco, what this does is that it maximizes the use of the electric motor in conjunction with the naturally aspirated engine. So it moves it forward and makes sure that it uses all the charge at the same time as with the gasoline engine. Normal, that's normal, just use it 50-50. And with Sport, that's where it uses both of the powers at the same time, giving you the most horsepower, the most torque. We'll be talking about that later on. But one thing about this, though, is that this individual mode. So you see, the Honda Civic RS eHEV is actually quite customizable, and for its settings right here, see, for Econ, you can choose how it acts the individual settings. The powertrain can act as Econ. The steering characteristics, the weight of the steering wheel right here, you can set to normal or Sport. The heavier, the more engaging. Gauge cluster, you can go from red to blue at a click of a button right there. Now, if you want to head on to now here's the thing, engine sound. Engine sound. What is that? So what happens in the Honda Civic eHEV RS is that there's going to be some pumped-in audio inside the cabin. I've always believed that driving a car is not just a tactile experience, not just a visual experience, tactile with the steering wheel, it's also a binaural experience. So we all want to achieve that certain engine sound as soon as we hit the accelerator pedal, and that's what we get right here. Now, this is a hybrid engine. This is a hybrid Honda Civic, so getting engine sound from the outside might not be might be impossible because of that drivetrain, the powertrain. So what Honda did was, in order to solve that issue, is that they gave us, you know, these amazing Bose speakers. By the way, these are Bose speakers, that sound amazing, and the engine sound starts to get pumped in. We'll be discussing that later on during our drive. I'll show you exactly how it works. So that engine sound actually starts off in sport mode, and it becomes even more prominent. With normal and eco, you won't be hearing that much of it, but with sport, it's like every touch of the accelerator pedal, you'll hear that sound. So what I do is that I set this to individual, powertrain set to econ because I want to get the most fuel efficiency, steering set to sport because I want to feel, we'll get the most road feel of this, gauges set to sport because I want to pretend that I'm sport mode, and engine set on sport as well. So even though I'm driving on econ mode, getting the most fuel efficiency, my ears are getting tricked and thinking that it's a much sportier car than it really is. That's the thing right there. Now, if you don't appreciate that, it's gonna be the wrong car for you. You might as well go ahead and get an electric vehicle. But the thing about full EVs now, they're starting to implement that pumped-in audio as well. Just put the AC a bit; it's very cold. They start to implement that pumped-in audio as well. So take that as you may, and it's here on the Honda Civic. Now, check this out. I'm turning on the lights right now so you can appreciate even more of the interior. See, start to light up, and you got interior ambient lighting, and it's red. If you're thinking you want to change that up, go to settings, display. Nah, it's not there. So you get it in red. That's basically what you get right there. No matter what drive mode you're at, it's still going to be in red. So there you go. You got red lighting on the inside of the Honda Civic RS. This is after all the RS variant of the car, so you get what you get right here. And I don't think Honda Civic fans will mind about that anyway. So there you go. Check this out. Check out the lights right here. Just put the camera down below. There you go. You got red lights for the footwell. Being on RS model, you do have these aluminum pedals right there, giving it a little bit more sportiness. And same goes with the passenger side as well. You got your red lighting and your red lighting. Fortunately, the rear doesn't get the same red lighting treatment right there, but they do have a lot of space there in the back. There you go. You got space for days right there. You got your center armrest. You got 2 USB-C ports right here at the bottom as well. Again, if you want to check that out, it is in our full review of the Honda Civic RS. Now it's time for us to check out the exterior of the Honda Civic RS. A couple of things I want to show you about that. Let's head on out. All right. So the Honda Civic RS, as you can see, it's pretty dirty because it has been raining. I have been washing this car the entire week, almost 3 times already, and it just wouldn't take. You got LED DRLs right there. Right now it's on park light. We don't want to blind you too much. Now with the Honda Civic RS, the facelifted variant though, it has this weird character lines around the front end. Now if you look at it from this angle, I've been looking at it multiple times. I thought there was a collision mark, but there isn't. It's because of this character line right here. It's flat, it's triangular. Triangle is the name of the game right here for the Honda Civic RS. Being a hybrid, you do have the blue Honda badge. You got the RS right there. What do you think RS means? Yeah, drop me a comment in the comment section down below. I do hope you're enjoying this video, and if you do, leave us a like and subscribe to our channel. There's going to be a lot more videos such as this ones, but let's continue with walking around Honda Civic RS. My biggest complaint about the Honda Civic RS this generation, or this variant at least, is that the wheels. I used to think that the previous Honda Civic RS, or right now the Honda Civic RS Turbo, has the best OEM wheels around, and only matched out by the Honda Civic Type R. This one's though, I have been driving this around, and it might be starting to grow on me, to be honest, but I really love the old, or the RS Turbo variant. Absolutely, I do. So you got this nice fastback looking design right here. It kind of, the rear end actually kind of tapers off this way, and in the right light it kind of looks like you're driving around in a shooting brake or a fastback, but no, this is definitely a sedan. I love how the rear tail lamps look. Now it's not as garish as the previous generations, 10th gen. It had the crab claw tail lamps. It doesn't look as sporty as well as the Honda Civic Type R, but this works. This definitely works, especially at night. And it again, it's really growing on me, this look. But kudos to Honda for keeping the ducktail spoiler on top. This is beautiful. I mean, you got this black piece, creates a certain contrast right here. And you got your H badge again right there in the back with the blue halo around it. And on the back, speaking of, it's not going to be a Honda Civic if it's not practical. Check this out. The balikbayan box is the gold standard when it comes to checking out interior space. And if it's good enough for Kako and Autodeal, it's good enough for me. But this time around, I've got the boxes folded up. I'm actually moving right now, and I had to put in these empty water jugs in the back right here. Now, I'm not saying that this is the optimal way to bring it, but if you just need to lug it around, you can do so. Now, one thing about the Honda Civic here is that it does, if you need even more space, you can actually fold these rear seats down, and you can fold them easily through the rear with these levers, and they will fold down in a 60-40 split, and they fold down fairly flat. So that's a nice little treat right there for the Honda Civic. Now heading over to the back right here. That's nice. That is nice. That's definitely quite a menacing look, especially when going down the road. I mean, these ducktail spoilers are certainly the piece de resistance, I believe. And when we first reviewed the Honda Civic 11th Gen, those things I would absolutely die for. And again, the lack of chrome here is nice. And this new blue color scheme, forget about it. I mean, I like the previous Honda Civics in their classic colorways, the white, the red, but the blue hits really different. And if you ask me, the Honda Civic RS eHEV certainly stands out in blue. And if I were to get my own Honda Civic RS eHEV, it's gonna come in blue. So there you go. So that's a quick walk around of the exterior. Again, if you want to get more detailed look, check out our review. I got the OK badge right there. Classic Honda. So if you want to check that out, check out our review right there. But this is a night POV drive. The reason why we're doing this is so that you can experience the drive of the Honda Civic RS and all the other cars. If you like this type of video, don't hesitate to leave us a like, comment down below, and subscribe to our channel. Now, don't leave just yet. Here comes the best part. POV Drive coming out in a snap. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, so we're now behind the wheel of the Honda Civic RS eHEV. It is, fun fact, it's actually not the first hybrid Civic that was entered that was actually put that in the country. The 7th gen Honda Civic, the ES, actually they brought in a mild hybrid system, an IMV, integrated motor assist vehicle, in the country. I mean, it wasn't sold here, but I'm just glad that Honda isn't afraid to push the boundaries of technology. They're not just all about VTech, but VTech is their heart and soul, and that's actually what sells in the 90s, in the 2000s, even the 2010s. But they know that they can't just, live off of it. It's not going to last forever. Electrification is actually it's inevitable. Like Thanos, it's inevitable. And so even during the early 2000s, 2010s, they were dabbling around with hybrid technology in the Philippines. I mean, internationally, they've been known to bring in some of these hybrid cars. They even dabbled with hydrogen cars. But in the Philippines, where we love our gasoline engines, even diesel, remember the CRV diesel? It was quite a hard sell. But thankfully, before the Honda Civic was released, we were given a taste of the Honda CRV hybrid, and everybody loved that. And when they introduced the Honda Civic eHEV, people knew what to expect. It had the same engine as the CRV in a smaller package, well, a lower package that it is, and it works. It drives amazing. Right now we're on sport mode, so we've got acceleration set to sport, steering set to sport, and most importantly, sound set to sport as well. So if you can hear, I'm not sure if you can hear the sound coming from the speakers, those amazing Bose speakers. We'll do a tunnel test. Remember, within speed limits. Oh, okay, that's enough. Of course. And we're slowing down. Right. So the Honda Civic RS is powerful, and I don't miss that there's a Tesla. And I think it's just glad that I gave it way. But I don't miss the turbo at all. Here's the thing about the turbocharged Civic. It was fast. It was very fast for a compact sedan, of course. It was pretty sporty, and it really held its own against more expensive cars. But the thing is, it was thirsty. We did a comparison video of fuel economy for the Honda Civic RS, Honda City, and the Honda Brio, and expectedly, well, what's to be expected? It was in last place. Although the fuel economy wasn't really bad. Again, 8 kilometers per liter in that car wasn't the worst, especially for a car with that kind of configuration. But it certainly left me personally wanting for a more fuel efficient car, despite having that power, which is unheard of, really. I mean, come on, Roy, you've got the power. You're really looking for fuel economy? But that's me. I wanted to have my cake and eat it too. I'm just that kind of Honda person. And admittedly, all Honda people are like that. This is such a fun car to drive. Honda Civic Type R notwithstanding, this is so much fun. And like I said, I can get to have my cake and eat it too. This is absolutely wild. The power that you get out of this, I'm gonna give it an A. Not an A plus, but right there, an A, because the power just comes in so abruptly, especially if you're in sport mode. But to be honest, even in eco mode, all the power that you need is still there, and that is quite a feeling. Now, one thing about the Honda Civic, though, is that the reason why it's the CR-V is certainly outselling the Honda Civic. It's a much higher vehicle. As you can see right here, it's so low to the ground. Plus the driving position isn't really helping it out. It feels so low. After months of reviewing SUVs, crossover SUVs and crossovers, this feels like a breath of fresh air to me. So much so that, wow. But you can definitely feel the ruts on the road right here. Now, you've got 18-inch alloy wheels here with 235 series tires. 235. Remember, guys, the first thing that I keep telling you, if you want to upgrade your vehicle, upgrade the tires. It just changes everything about your car. It's the easiest way to change or upgrade your car, the tires. So before you do a turbo swap or a turbo install, engine swap, wheels, go with the tires. I've reviewed some cars in the past where their only new upgrade are new tires, and it changed the car altogether. This here is just phenomenal. If I compare this to lower Civics, the Civic V, for example, it has I think 225s, 10 millimeters wider contact patch makes a whole lot of difference. Trust me on this one, and it shows in this car. It feels quite agile. It wants to grip the road. Despite the fact you're driving in a front-wheel drive car, it's very exciting to drive. Hey, look, it's the Honda HR-V RS eHEV too. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. We did a review of the Honda HR-V RS eHEV as well. We compared it to the V turbo variant. Oh, sorry, no, the turbo variant doesn't exist anymore. But that thing surprised me. And for its price, well, it's really good. Now let's talk about fuel economy of this bad boy. And yes, this is a certified bad boy. I'm gonna start making a graphic right there. Probably, I'll put it right here now. Ping! This is a certified bad boy. Fuel economy for this certified bad boy. Crazy. City driving, I get around 18 kilometers per liter. Highway driving, guess what? You got 29 kilometers per liter. 25 to 26 kilometers per liter on the highway is just insane. Now, I'm going to give you cliff notes on how eHEV technology works. So basically, with eHEV, it prioritizes the use of the electric motor and the engine. The engine is there, certainly. The engine is there to power the vehicle as well, but its main purpose is to charge the battery. The battery in here it's not the biggest battery in the world. I read a comment on the eHEV, HR-V reviews that, oh, this other car has a bigger battery, but it's a plug-in hybrid. You're comparing a plug-in hybrid with a hybrid electric vehicle, which is apples to oranges, not the same type of vehicle. You don't need to put a larger battery in a hybrid electric vehicle. So what this does is that the engine, it has its own power, sure, but its main purpose is to charge the battery that pushes this car forward, right? Now, once the battery gets lower, it then prioritizes all that charging right up to make sure that you still have all that power. Remember, about 190 horses, 315 torques. Again, this is probably the fastest non-Type R Civic out there right now. And it shows. It just feels amazing. So that's how eHEV works in a nutshell. If you want more details, I'm going to link the video right here of our deep dive into how eHEV works, and it is amazing. Like I said, it's the VTEC of EVs, the VTEC of hybrids. Yeah, even full EVs. Yes, it's the VTEC of EVs because its main purpose is to make you smile. So let's put a smile to that face. It's amazing, guys. You have to try this out. Now, let's see. Safety features, it's got Honda Sensing. You got your complete suite of Honda Sensing features right here. You got lane keep assist, lane departure warning, forward collision alert. You got proximity sensors all around, backup camera, and you even have this nice, look at this, check out the camera. So you got your blind spot sensor right there. You can check out your right side. One thing this does not have though is 360-degree cameras. So if I have to make a dig on the Honda Civic eHEV RS, come on, Honda, you could have given us a 360-degree camera at this price point. Come on, that's a noob move. That's some cheese right there. Shout out to Chris Move. I'm borrowing his lines. Oop. What was that? Anyway, see, got this cool Audi right there. I am not going to chase him down because you guys are watching. Not just kidding. I am not going to chase him down because of safety. Remember, drive safe, guys, especially during at night. These POV reviews, I don't want this video to go viral in the wrong way. I want this to go viral in the right way. So let's do just that. Overall, the drive of the Honda Civic RS eHEV is just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I mean, this is just quite, I keep saying this is quite an experience, but you see this roads, this ruts, you can feel it. But again, this is because it's a sedan. It is a sedan. I know, right? Crazy. But at this point, what other cars do you have that can compete against the Honda Civic RS eHEV? Sure, you still have the Toyota Corolla Altis GRS. It's still there. It's still soldiering on after it is in dire need of a refresh. I got to admit, though, Honda Civic RS needs a refresh. Another option that you can get, although it's not a hybrid, you got the GAC M-POW. GAC M-POW offers quite a stellar value indeed. But you know what? It still doesn't compare to this hybrid sedan. This is something else. I think other brands should start taking notes from Honda. I mean, sure, sedans aren't really, the best sellers out there, but it speaks to the heart. You understand me? It speaks to the heart. It tugs on some car enthusiast heartstrings, despite the fact that this is an automatic, despite the fact it's a hybrid. But somehow, if a daily driver can be this responsive, this fast, this fuel efficient, it just makes perfect sense for a car enthusiast to get this as their daily driver. Because trust me, having a Honda Civic Type R is amazing. It is the bee's knees. You definitely have the biggest cojones in your car group if you got yourself your own Honda Civic Type R, but it's a punishing ride if you want to use it as a daily. It's fairly fuel efficient, 7 kilometers per liter at its best. But really, we've come a long way to improve automatic transmissions for it to be this responsive, this fuel efficient, and you're still clinging to your manual transmission. Keep your manual transmission. Use it as a weekend car. It is a great track car. It's a great weekend car, but nothing beats the practicality, fuel efficiency, safety features, quiet ride, and it's different if you say that you're driving a Civic. These days, Civics are no longer, those cars that you're no longer a fuck boy. Sorry, you're no longer an F boy if you're driving around in a Honda Civic because of how smooth these things are, and most especially the price. The price may be quite prohibitive at 1,990,000 pesos, but trust me in this one. You're gonna get the most out of your money out of driving this. It's just, if you can't get, here's the thing, if you can't get a Type R, if you can't get the sports car of your dreams, this is a good compromise. Yeah. Don't believe me? Let's hit the accelerator pedal right now. No. 358. See, it can go through different lanes. It's not as fast, blazingly fast, but it's still pretty quick. See? And you can hear that sound. This thing is just amazing! Are you kidding me? You're not going to find any other car at this price point that can give you this much excitement, this much power, this much space, this much pizzazz or cachet, or more other stereotypical words that car reviewers use than the Honda Civic RS eHEV. Trust me. The Honda Civic RS Turbo might be a cheaper car, but down the line, before you even complete your car payments, it's gonna start to even out. So we actually run out of space. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Watch it again. I was saying that I actually made a video comparing the price of Honda Civics or hybrids. So I've used the Honda Civic RS Hybrid as a comparison, comparing it to other Honda cars. What we're gonna ask is buying a hybrid worth it when it comes to price, fuel efficiency, and all that? Well, you gotta figure that out. So if you want to check out that video, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification icon so you won't miss any of our videos. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. You guys are the best. To be honest, we have been doing this for quite a while now, and our road to 100,000 subscribers, that's right, we're not even targeting 50K anymore. We're targeting 100K because we're that confident that we can show you a different type of channel that's dedicated to cars, car culture, car reviews. It's not just about car reviews anymore. We're gonna go ahead and focus on you guys. So what you want to see, just go ahead and type that down on the description box below. As always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Roy Robles from Zigwheels.ph. I will see you guys next time.